Hey YouTube, what's going on? This is Broken Axle Racing and welcome to my first video of the raw run on assetto corsa. As a disclaimer, I've mainly played on console, so the most realistic game I played was Project Cars 2, but I played it on a gamepad and it wasn't really that impressive, especially once the weather started kicking in. I have put in a lot of time with the old Gran Turismos. GT7 I've put about 25,000 miles in between then and there. I was really into Forza. I know those are simcades, they aren't full-blown simulator games, but on console for a long time that's as close as you got, so get ready to laugh at my gameplay in the background. Now, the one thing I really wasn't ready for is this my first time on a game to really decide to go full manual all the time. And unlike other games, this don't even start you off in first gear. It starts you off in neutral. So you got to time it out with the lights and the setup to get ready to go. And you got to pop into gear. I didn't know that. So for about 5 or 6 tries on the first race, I just got smoked from the beginning. And so this game decided I needed to start off on very hard, which is second to last difficulty. I was set up to lose right at the beginning. I turned it back to normal real quick so I can learn how to play. As far as first impressions goes, this little Fiat 500 was not what I was wanting to see. I was kind of worried, to be honest. The braking on this game, it's a lot more realistic. You can't light brake as much. If you try to light brake like you do in some other games, you're way off the road. You screwed your run. One time can be it, especially in the beginning when you're doing, they start you off in a time trial and then you do a race and you get penalized so heavy if you run off the tracks, which I guess you should. But then again, the handling is so detailed as far as what you can do, but that also means every mistake is really penalized. Just like in the braking, you can lose so much time on a game of handling compared to other games. second car you get in the game, it's another little hot hatchback, but it's a whole heck of a lot better. It's the Alfa Romeo Giulietta QV, and it showed me this game's gonna have a big variety in the difference of the way the cars play. And I know they have cars that are supposedly, some cars perform better in races, but I think what it's gonna come down to is what car fits your style the best until you get to the top of the line where you just, you have to pick certain kind of cars, but once you get to that level, you're probably also good enough that you can drive pretty much whatever you need to drive. This is also, so I've already done one race, and I've done one time trial with the Fiat 500, and I'm fairly adaptable at games and stuff and played for a long time, so part of it is too, I'm just getting adjusted to the game of itself. I'm playing with a Thrustmaster T248 and the new 2-3PM pedals, the magnetic pedals that it comes with, and I've had it for like a week and a half now. I really like it. I know a lot of people have said that, for one thing, the pedals the shifter pedals are really loud, but they're really accurate. It's the only magnetic pedal the Thrustmaster has. And as far as that pepper grinder feeling goes, it's not as prevalent like in Assetto Corsa as it is in Gran Turismo, and part of that is I'm getting used to it. I know you boys with them $1,500 Fanatec's and stuff are so used to butter that every little notch is going to bother you. But I'm sitting in gravy land right now compared to that T80 I was just using for about 4 years. And when it comes to force feedback, this game gives you a lot more information than you need than your Gran Turismo does. Like, the road talks to you on this game. You can feel the surface of the road. You can't do that on Gran Turismo. This game, it has like subtle details in it. It does like Gran Turismo. If you get in a wreck or if you run over like one of them big old little side things, what they call the sausage, little corner things, it still try to rip the daggum steering wheel out of your hands. But it just talks to you a lot more, and information is really important when it comes to getting through those corners, I think. Now when it comes to comparing the AI seems like each car is kind of a separate entity on this game. And in Gran Turismo, they do what they've always done, where they're just running a line, and if you're trying to pass them when it's time for them to get over, they're gonna run your ass over. They don't care. On here, they'll sit there every now and then and they'll bump with you, they'll fight with you, but for the most part, they try to be like real people. They know if they're gonna wreck into you, it's gonna screw up their race, and they kind of care. There was one time on Gran Turismo, I was doing a bit like a 15 lap race, and I was coming out of the pits, and they didn't respect the pit line and let me come out. No, they hit me doing at least 200 miles an hour and sitting me into like a 6-spin death row. So yeah, that needed to be fixed on that game. played from today's video was from the first novice little series you do. You do a time trial and a 3-lap race in a Fiat 500. Honestly, that car is really unimpressive, and as the Brits say, it can get in a bend. And then you do a time trial, a checkpoint time trial again, and you do it in the Fiat, not the Fiat, the Alfa Romeo, Giulietta. I really like that car. I think it was the best balanced car in the Novice 1 track. It had speed and power. And then you do a 5-lap race in that. And the only car I didn't beat in that race, I did that on the first try. The Fiat, it took several tries, but I was getting used to the game at the very beginning, was the last car you get to do in a little checkpoint time trial, which is the BMW E60 from the 80s. That car, it's fun too, but it's old, so the brakes are kind of doo-doo on it, but it's real fast. I'm not really ready to say this game's going to take the place of Gran Turismo. I actually kind of think it will, but I don't think it's actually going to until I build a proper PC and get to really see, what games like this are going to have. And since today I heard the rumor that in 2024, Assetto Corsa 2 is coming out, I'm kind of excited, and I'm going to keep playing this game, get good at it, and then that's when I'm going to get Competiziano next time it comes out on a sale, because right now it's $40, but if you find it, you can find it for like $14 when they're having a sale on PSN. So I'll play that multiplayer, because the GT4, GT3, most of the GT level cars, and then once I'm good at the game, the prototypes or the Formula cars, that's mainly what I like to race. Because by the time you get good with them, it sucks to drive street cars, because the brakes are so dog shit compared to them. But hopefully you enjoyed this video, and I've got more coming up. We'll see how good I can get at the game. Alright, have a great day, y'all.